And just like that, I should say, the final episode of the recording session has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. This is like a video games to get commentary. Where we last left off, you're talking to Mr. LeBel. The murderer. We already know he's a murderer because we saw the animated cutscene. But whatever. Anyway, I suppose such a step would be difficult for a peasant to appreciate. I'll have you know that is brand number 5. Bonjour. Oh my goodness, this guy is ridiculous. It's my way of introducing myself. Enjoy. Where's my bottle of adieu so I can return the favor? Hey, wasn't adieu? Wasn't that Did we get that? Did we get that in this game, or was that from or was that no? Apollo wouldn't know about Armstrong, would he? No, he wouldn't know about Armstrong. Enough about the cologne. Please tell us what you saw around the time of the murder. Alright, let's go on and talk. Keeping Jinxie quiet. I heard you're the one who told Jinxie not to mention that she saw Timataro. Why, that little! So she told you she saw the demon, did she? Mr. LeBel, do you mind if I ask whether you believe in the village superstitions? Oh, please. I was merely trying to keep with traditions. Nevertheless, I will say this. I wouldn't stick my nose into this whole Timataro business if I were you. Bad things happen to those who do. That much is true. He is one scary monster. That's crazy. You really expect me to believe that monsters are real? Well, you're real, and you sure look like a monster. Look who's talking. So, Mr. LeBel, you didn't see Timataro? Ah! Little Jinxie has an active imagination, isn't that right, Phineas? That's right, I didn't see nothing, especially not Timataro. As for me, I only see things of beauty. That's why I can barely see you. Oh man. I've got 2 words for this guy. Total freak. How about F you? First and foremost though, are you aware that I'm a lawyer? Yes. Do you always go around sticking your hand in other people's faces? Oh, no, I just wanted to show you this. Oh, yes, you do have something in that grimy paw of yours. But I only have eyes for things of beauty. Now, if you would excuse me. Guess he'll only look at stuff that interests him. I can't wait to frickin' kick this guy's butt. Your alibi. Could I ask you what you were doing at the time of the crime? In other words, you'd like to hear my alibi. To think you'd have suspected me of all people. Oh, no, it's just a formality. We asked How dare you doubt me? That's an affront to beauty itself. You obviously can't see straight. Like that spritz really helped. What were we doing, you ask? Go ahead, Filchy, answer the question. At the time of the crime, we were, in this here voyeur. Exactly. Good answer, Filchy, good answer. Just repeating what you told. Ouch! You've said quite enough. What is with these two? Great, now he's got me talking like. What is with these two? Now, great, now he's got me talking like that. Are we quite through here? I'm a very busy man, you know. Right. Well, thanks for your help. I like playing. The thing is, though, I don't like him, but I like playing characters like this. Characters like this are fun to play, in my opinion. So, these two were in the foyer, but didn't see Timataro. Come along, Filchy. Where are we going? Oh, right, gotta practice them statements for tomorrow. Yeah, my eyes! I looked away from the screen for half a second. Yipes, is what he said. Yipes is what he said. You're going to dig your own grave with that big mouth of yours someday. What does he mean, practice statements? Now, if you would excuse me, it's time to touch up my makeup. Apollo! I know this sounds strange, but Mr. LeBel seems unusually preoccupied with Timataro. Really? How can you tell? Well, it's kind of hard to explain. You see, I can read people's emotions from the tone of their voice. You mean you have good ears? Something like that. People's emotions are expressed in the tone of their voice. And my ears can pick up even the subtlest of tones for some reason. That's an interesting skill. But what do you mean he's preoccupied with Timotaro? I'm not exactly sure, but it's like he was obsessed with the thought of Timotaro. Because he is Timotaro, of course. That's what I picked up from his voice anyway. Everywhere we turn, it's Timotaro this, Timotaro that. We should go talk to the mayor, too. Sounds like was that Athena who said that? Yeah. Sounds like a plan. We need to get to the bottom of that rumor about him wanting to release Timotaro. Alright. Auto advance again. April 17th, Detention Center. Visitor's Room. I guess the policy for this is instead of just presenting needless information and needless things all the time, what I'm going to do is this. From now on, this is how I'm going to investigate people. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to present the lawyer's badge just to see what they have to say about that. Then I'm going to go into speaking with them and do the investigation stuff. And if things don't auto-advance, that's when I start presenting stuff. I think that's how I'm going to start doing things from now on. Something wrong, Apollo? Where did your enthusiasm go? What am I doing asking the mayor if he has ever thought about releasing Timotaro? At best, he'll think I'm an idiot. At worst. Oh, he's here! It's so nice to finally meet you! I'm Mr. Justice's partner, Athena Cykes! I'm looking forward to working with you, Mr. Taro?
Oh, yes, I look forward to working with you too.
Oh, so he's Timotaro. I see. Eek. Glad you didn't mind Athena calling him by a completely wrong name. No, maybe I'm reading too much into this. No, Mayor Tim is Timotaro, but Mayor Tim is Timotaro, right? But LaBelle was dressed in the Timotaro costume when the murder took place. I think that's what happened. Apollo, he's just as kind and gentle looking as I'd imagined. I knew she wouldn't be able to phase him. She wouldn't be phased him. Lucky for you. After that blunder you just made. Ironically enough, she doesn't have the ability to, so that'll be a random Japanese phrase, I guess, in this case for the recording session. Kuki o yome. Kuki o yome means to read the atmosphere. That's which, like a certain Kratos plays has a very hard time doing that, where, you know, like, just being able to pick up on the situation, like, reading everyone's emotions to figure out how to properly react. Like, if you're in, like, let's say, for example, you're in a library or something, right? Or, like, you're going to a place where everyone's super quiet, they're all studying, and you just bust out your phone, you're like, oh, yeah, oh, no, oh, hey, how's it going? No, I can talk, everything's perfectly fine right now, yeah. What they would say is that, what people would say is that, I'm doing Japanese and English here. Kuki o yomenai. You cannot read the atmosphere. You're being an idiot, yapping on the phone, and everyone's super serious. It's just one of those things. That's just an example. There was something I wanted to talk to you about. There are rumors going around about how you want to or did set Timotaro free.
What utter nonsense!
Yikes!
They always assume the worst of me because of the way I look. But those rumors don't have a shred of truth, I tell you.
A little touchy about his appearance, isn't he? What he really needs to work on are his people skills. Alright, let's go ahead and talk. Timotaro's revival. So rumor has it that you want to push the merger through, in order to release Timotaro. Of course, that's a bunch of baloney, isn't it? Sorry if I offended you.
So, that's the talk around town, is it?
I can see how that would make you angry.
It's true, though. What if Jinx's schoolmates start teasing her about this?
Huh?
I must break out of here at once! Her tormentors must be taught a lesson!
No, wait! First we have to get you a not guilty verdict.
Don't try to stop me! This is about a father's duty to his darling daughter. Hold tight, sweet Jinxie! Daddy's coming to save you!
Relax! We'll look out for your daughter until we can get you free.
Is that so? You don't need me to. Go straighten things out myself.
Oh boy, they probably call this SWAT team if you showed up at our school. Oh, right. I had asked about the reason behind the merger. Alright, why the merger? It seems like you were rather forceful in pushing for the municipal merger. Did you really want Ninetales Vale that badly?
Yes, well, it's quite an attractive prize in terms of tourism.
Oh, wait. Am I feeling what I think I'm feeling? Okay, we're gonna have to do some do 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 do. That's not how the song goes. I was doing it at first, but do 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 do. I don't know. Anyway,
Sure, I played a bit of hardball, but only when I deemed it necessary.
he looks away. I knew it. My bracelet's reacting. Like I said, in this game, it seems like they don't do bracelet sections during cross-examinations. We only do them during investigations, with the exception of one time where it's not during cross-examination, but it's outside of an investigation section. That's what I've been told, or that's what I've found out, I should say. What is it, Apollo? Mayor Timma may not be telling the truth. Really? How can you tell? People invariably tense up when they lie. That's where my bracelet here comes in. I can sense when the person I'm talking to is feeling tense, because it begins to feel tight on my arm. No way! You can do that? Wait, so you believe me? Just like that? She has a very similar ability, except for her. Let's say Phoenix's eyes. Apollo's eyes too. She's ears. What is Phoenix exactly? Like, where does the Magatama play into things? Spirit? That's not exactly mouth. Wait, so you believe me? Just like that? Sure! Each of us have our own special gifts! Oh yeah, Athena has a gift too, her special sense of hearing. Still, what do you think the mayor's lying about? I don't know, but it's our job to find out. Alright, here we are. It's been a while since my bracelet last reacted like this. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. First, I'd have the bracelet. Right. Now let's give it a whirl. Alright. There we go. Yes, I remember this feeling of intense concentration. Yeah, the music is exactly the same too. Yeah, this is what I was trying to do. The ability to see the smallest twitch, the slightest frown that no one else can see. Now Mayor Timmo's lying somewhere in that statement he just made. And when he lied, a certain habit made itself clear under his right eye. I just have to shift my viewpoint up and focus on that area. Okay. Right eye. Oh, right eye. Oh, he's twitching. Okay, I see. It's his right eye, not my... okay, yeah. Alright, I've got him now. His tick should appear when he's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I've got to pour over every word he says and wait for his tick to appear. When it does, I'll perceive it. Yes?
Yes, well, it's quite an attractive prize.
Okay, there we go. Perceive! Confirm! Gotcha! Ha! Mr. Mayor, please, you can trust us with the truth.
The truth? I don't understand.
When you mentioned tourism, the bottom of your right eye started twitching.
What nonsense is this? So what if it did?
Please, tell us more about your merger bid.
What more is there to tell?
Why were you really seeking to merge with Ninetales Vale?
I already told you. Tourism. The monster craze really revitalized the village, making it quite the prize.
I'm not really doing like the acro voice like it's supposed to be. You really don't trust us, do you?
What are you talking about? The village has been hot property ever since the monster craze started, has it not?
I think you have to realize that what you're saying contradicts the facts, does it? You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Vale, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for its tourism, but that would contradict this. Okay, so it would an attractive prize for tourism, but that would contradict this. Can I? Yeah, I can do this. Okay, so you say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Vale, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for the tourism, but that would contradict this. Okay, let's see here. Let's look at everything. It seems who foolishly depict the demon, Jinxie, flower, airborne figure. Okay, nothing there. Can we? Just gotta make sure details. It's just that. Okay, it's probably super obvious. No, it's gotta be. It can't be either of these. Statue. No, why would it be the statue? Photo of the Fox Chamber, there are bloody footprints. It can't be that. Mask found washed up at the riverside. It might have been the crime scene, white hair instead. Okay. And she says, after leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other and had a bend in the hole as he made for the foyer. He was carrying a staff-like implement that jingled. She couldn't call for help because there was no one else in the hall. Okay. What was this again? Nathan Ninetales Glossy. Okay. I think you have to realize that you say the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Ville, so you felt it would be an attractive prize for its tourism, but what would contradict this? Okay, let's look at everything again. The attorney's badge, of course, legend scroll, warding charm, flower, special edition paper. No. For a statue depicts him with total. Wait, was there? Let me make sure that there's not like a second thing here for any of these things. Like a second. This has to be super obvious, and I'm just being stupid. Like, right? Like. Details, no. Details, no. Blow by commentary by Timothy. Well, that would contradict this. Legend scroll, warding charm, flower, special edition paper, fox and demon statue. Let's look at everything. The monster craze really revitalized. Why? This has to be super hot. Revitalized the village, making it quite the prize. You really don't trust us, do you? Property. I think you have to realize what you're saying contradicts the facts. You say that the monster craze really revitalized Ninetales Ville, so. Okay, well, I don't see how this contradicts any photo and save Ninetales from becoming a. Oh. That's what happens when you skim! Okay, there we go. The monster craze in Ninetales Ville is a very recent phenomenon. It was sparked. I was only skimming through them, so it was sparked when the amazing Ninetales rose up against the municipal merger. The village was practically a ghost town before then. Ugh. So you see, you couldn't have possibly seen it as an attractive prize for its tourism. What's the real reason behind your push to merge the town? Guess gotta jiggle my mouse. When's the last time when was the last time that I announced I was jiggling my mouse on camera? It's been a long time. What's the real reason behind your push to merge Timothy Huddle with the Ninetales Ville, huh?
Oh,
Alright, why the merger? Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
Honestly, I never wanted to pursue the merger in the first place. But I had no choice if I wanted to protect my darling little Jinxie.
Protect her from what?
I received a threat. It said either I go through with the merger or my Jinxie dies.
What? How awful! Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but whoever blackmailed me must be connected to the murder.
Wait, so you think the blackmailer and the killer could be one and the same?
Alderman QB was immensely popular, so you have to ask, who would want him dead? The blackmailer who wanted the merger at all costs had all the motive in the world.
True. But why go from blackmail to murder? The merger protest won't disappear just because the alderman was killed. Could it be? What if there was another reason for the murder? Like what? Maybe the blackmailer discovered Alderman QB's secret identity, and his secret identity was a threat to the blackmailer's murder scheme. What does secret identities have to do with anything, Apollo? I have evidence revealing the Alderman's secret identity. Maybe it's time to use it. Okay, so do we present the this? Mayor Tenma, please take a look at this if you would.
That's the amazing Ninetales' mask! What is the meaning of this?
This mask is almost definitely at the crime scene. And there was some white hair inside.
White hair? You say?
There was but one person with white hair in the manor that day.
What are you saying?
You know which man I'm talking about, right? I talk about Rex Cuby, the amazing Ninetales himself. No way!
The alderman was impossible!
Oh, come on! Are you serious right now? Wait, come to think of it, Alderman Kilby was a former pro wrestler. Why is everyone so surprised by this? I don't even... Whatever. So the blackmail turned killer when he discovered the Alderman's secret identity. Didn't I just say that? But yeah, the Amazing Nine Tails was the threat to the blackmailer's scheme. He opposed the merger and as a result, single-handedly sparked the monster craze. Even so, what was the mask doing at the crime scene? There had been an event in the manor. And maybe Alderman Kilby had taken part in it, if you get my drift.
This is absurd!
Mr. Mayor, do you have proof of the threat that was made against you?
Yes, a blackmail letter. Unfortunately, it disappeared after the murder. I've been carrying it around in my briefcase, but now, it's suddenly vanished.
The blackmailer must have taken it with him after they killed the Alderman. Well, at least we've clearly established the killer's motive.
Mayor Tinma, visiting out... Mayor Tinma, visiting hours are over.
I forgot what voice I normally get the guard.
It would appear this meeting is adjourned.
Apollo, do you really think the Tinma Tuttle that Jinx saw is the killer? He's not carrying... This one's not carrying a spear, actually. This one isn't. But no, wasn't... No. But, Jinxie said that he was carrying a spear, wasn't he? Right? I don't know. All I know is there's no such thing as... Why don't I check the court record? It's there for a reason. Let's see. Oops. I want to, check the whatchamacallit. Her testimony. He was carrying... Yeah. That jingled. But he's not in this right here. I don't know. All I know is there's no such thing as monsters. What about that newspaper article? Could the killer have purposefully freed Timotoro to do their dirty work? Oh, come on. There wasn't any Timotoro to release in the first place. Yes, but the only suspect the police have right now, the mayor and new yokai. We'll probably be arguing whether there was a yokai involved in the court tomorrow. Yeah, we've done crazier. I can already see that look of disbelief in the judge's face. Honestly, with as much stuff as the judge has seen, he should be like completely... He should buy anything, really. Apollo? Are you alright? I'm fine. I'll think of something. I better because I can't very well say if Flying Demon was the killer. At this point, the only thing I know for sure is tomorrow is going to be one doozy of a trial.
Yes!
Finally! I can't wait to be continued. I cannot wait to get to... I like, everyone's been hyping up Blackquill so much. Garcon said that Blackquill, after he finished Dual Destinies, Blackquill surpassed Edgeworth as his favorite prosecutor. So, you know, that's saying a lot. Save the game, yes, please. Over, there was no music there. Over slot 2, please. Alright. Oh, no animated cutscene? I was expecting an animated cutscene. Alright. You ready? April 18th, 9:50. The thing is, basically, I think all the regular commenters have played through this game already, so they know what Blackquill is like. I'm pretty much the only person who hasn't seen him, but that's alright. Anywho, don't look outside and stare at the people walking by. That's, what am I doing? April 18th, 9:15 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here. I'm just excited! This is my first real court case after all! Yeah, and a real ball of excitement she is. She's still happy. She's kind of neutral right now, actually. I know just what she needs. No, Blue is neutral, right? No, Blue is sad, but she doesn't look sad. Athena! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? There are no indoor and outdoor voices with the chords of still, lady. I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. By scaring the daylights out of me? No, I find that shouting "I'm fine" in a loud voice really release stress. It's part of my chords of still voice work and a must before every trial. You want me to shout? Here? That's right. Here, I'll go first, then you try. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine! Alright, I'm Athena Cykes! And I'm fine! I think that actually worked! I thought it might help. Always worked for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to really stress, not get totally exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news! But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But wow. I'm so used to him in his usual laid back clothes. Oh boy. Yeah, that's that suit. We got a full 3D model for it too. That suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time, but before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology? That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he could make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. So, he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. I hope they don't mean like cut you down with a knife. Right? Right? Ah! I knew it was gonna be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. Wait, so it is true? So is it true or not? Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Yikes! Better tone down my cords of steel, too. So, are you all ready? It might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Nah, I'm fine. I usually do usually when I'm lost, I check through everything in the court record anyway, so... Right, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this! The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. I was about to say, yeah, that's nothing new. Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice. Here comes justice, ladies and gentlemen. Dubstep remix. That probably is a song. Here comes justice dubstep remix. April 18th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I'd know that big booming voice anywhere, as chipper as ever, Mr. Justice? But who was the young lady next to you? I'm Athena Cykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, eh? Excellent. Makes an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. It's not even here. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet.
Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak.
Ah, I see.
Prison? Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot that he is currently serving time.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackquill's an inmate. But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
Oh boy. So anyway, you notice how he used a katana and slashed through somebody, right? And you guys recall in case 5-1, the previous case, Athena had a flashback where she saw like blood dripping from a sword. What I'm guessing is, and she knew Blackquill, of course. She like in the investigation section, she's like, oh, would that happen to be a Blackquill? So what my guess is, he's the person who probably murdered somebody in front of Athena, I imagine. That's what my guess is. Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him! I'm sure of it! Prosecutor Blackquill! Blackquill! Is the prosecution ready? Alrighty then, now it's time to do the Blackquill voice. So, here's the thing. I'm not exactly for some reason, I heard that Blackquill, like, for some reason had, like, an interest in, like, you know, like stuff from like the UK, for example. I'm not exactly sure if he's actually from the UK or not, but in my headcanon, for this series, we're gonna give him like an English accent, even if he doesn't actually have one like canonically. We're gonna give him an English accent because like that's because like I heard like he has like a fondness for like English stuff and everything. So like in my headcanon, he's gonna be like the Penguin from the the Batman Arkham games or even like the Telltale games, where he's American but he studied abroad in the UK and ended up developing an accent. Now, here's the thing. He's not going to be like Shelley Tequila, right? Shelley Tequila is a gentleman, first and foremost, so he speaks very partially. He's a gentleman. He speaks in a very calm, collected manner. He might be an assassin, but he'd quicker serve you a cup of tea before he, murders you, right? Whereas Blackquill, on the other hand, he's a little bit deeper, a little bit rougher. Not exactly super regionalized, but not exactly super posh either. You could tell he spent a lot of time cracking skulls rather than, studying in school. This is Blackquill. It's kind of sounds, it's a little bit deeper, a little bit. Kind of sounds slightly cockney a little bit, if I to be honest, but whatever. Anyway. Enough jabbering. Get on with it. Get on with it already. Of course, forgive me. Why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your opening statement, if you please. Yeah! What's the matter? Must we continue to fritter away? Must we continue to fritter away time like this? That's not English. That's like Southern, actually. It's all right there, and the indictment, an opening statement, would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well, like the cat, or in this case, the prosecutor has the judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand. Well then, your boldness. If it's so very important, why don't you do the honors? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about who they need silly, useless things, and then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Oh, jeez. Huh? Like, honestly, like, the way that Blackquill is, like, this is how I pictured, Godot being. Before I actually got to know Godot and figured out he was the most ridiculous. I love Godot, but he is one of the most ridiculous prosecutors in the world. Yeah, but that's what I love about him. He's so ridiculous that's his charm, I think. But like this is like I was expecting it to be hardcore, like freaking Blackquill over here. Huh? Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement? Old dotards such as you are a plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? Oh, jeez. No, that was a question. That was an exclamation mark. All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace. What? He actually fell for that? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. Oh, okay. The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Cubey, alderman of Ninetales-Ville, and the defendant, Damien Tinma, mayor of the Tinma town, is accused of this murder. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested? His prints were on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary of other potential suspects both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive. So, in a nutshell, I'd have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible. Bravo, your boldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head. Ho ho ho! Flattery will get you everywhere! He's playing Simon Says the Judge. Like, as per usual, I'm gonna have to look up what they said in the Japanese version to see what the pun is for there, because I can guarantee you his name was not Simon in the Japanese version. Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I'm the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackquill here.
I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated.
Wait, who's protecting who from what?
Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even old Blackquill here. Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackquill doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. I don't think anything can intimidate Detective Fulbright. He's just too dense. Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious. Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright.
You got it, but first I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail.
Witness testimony. About the murder.
Alderman Cuby was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Timmel, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Cuby was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Timmel attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back.
Alderman Cuby So that's where I get it from. Like, I noticed there's this thing that I've been doing recently where, like, I poke my, like, when I'm thinking, I poke my like, forehead with my index finger. I got it from Apollo. I guess, you know, he is my cousin, so, you know, it's probably just, like, a family thing, right?
Oh my god, we get it, he's your cousin, shut up!
Okay, no, I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care if I'm the only person on the planet who likes this meme, I'm gonna keep doing it. Anyway, Alderman Cuby has been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug.
That's right, the accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's an autopsy report to prove it.
Cuby's autopsy report added to the court record. Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been a drug-induced slumber. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear. That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible?
Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear is probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman has been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear?
Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the clink.
Jeez. I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched.
Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade.
I didn't sign up for this.
I never asked for this.
Nah, so that's why he wears them.
And so your life is spared. For now.
Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die.
My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. The accused prints were on the weapon, and he's the one in person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your boldness? The defendant is sounding guiltier by the minute. I think we're gonna end things off right here. What, don't you think? Over slot 2? We're gonna end things off here, because this has been going on for 40 minutes, actually. Return to the title. The only reason that I went on a little bit longer is because, like, it's supposed to be 20, 30, but I did 40 this time because I just wanted to get a chance to practice, Blackwell's voice a little bit more. Because, like, you know, like, I did some practicing beforehand, but, you know, there's a difference between practicing a voice and practicing a voice in character, you know? Because, like, sometimes you have to adapt the voice to fit the character. Anyway, return to the title screen. Yes, please. And with that, we'll go ahead and end things off here. So, yeah. What do you think of that? I'm sure some people are probably going to be annoyed that I gave him, like, a really rough English accent. It kind of made him sound like, you know, like a stereotypical, like 19th century Londoner or something. I guess that's what we were going for. But anyway, yeah, what do you think of that? I've heard that, I've been told that, you know, the slight Elvis impersonation that I gave Fulbright is very fitting for his character. You know, that's actually probably the first time I've actually been complimented about how fitting a voice that I gave to a character is. Because normally people are like, wow, you chose that voice? I wouldn't have done that. That just sounds so weird. Well, that's the first time. That probably wasn't the first time. It's just that, you know, the negative tends to stick out more than positive. But whatever. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and end things off here. So, if you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like if that is cool. Please feel free to subscribe and join Team Strawberry today. I could have sworn... Alright, frickin' Kratos. Jeez, I could have sworn I put Do Not Disturb on. Anyway, without further ado, let's end things off here. So, if you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like. That is cool. Please feel free to subscribe and join Team Strawberry today. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. Be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye!